Hello, welcome to easyodds.com. My name is Ross Casey. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, that is Jake Johns, to talk about the Grand National.
Haircut.
Haircut.
First things first, haircut. Very nice.
So much left on the floor in the hairdressers. And before we get started on this, let's talk about our sponsors, 188bet, who have got a really good offer at the moment. They're currently paying out 5 places in the Grand National, but if you wait until Thursday, which is tomorrow, of course, at 2 p.m, they'll be offering 6 places for the Grand National. So make sure that you watch this video, wait down, have an alarm clock set for 2 p.m, and then back whatever Jake is about to tip in the Grand National with 188bet. We'll put a little clickable button above Jake's head somewhere there. So let's quickly also talk about the Lincoln from last week. Jake, we had a video up from last week where the man, the myth, the legend was brave with his tip.
Oh, nice.
And it won. Bravery, 20-1.
Very nice.
Huge shot. And that man, yet again, pulls out a big price winner. So without any further ado, Jake, shall we talk about your 2 new tips for the Grand National to add to the 2 tips from last week's video?
Okay, yes. So last week I said that I'd be adding 2 more tips when I've got more of a feel of the race. The first 2 tips were like, these are 2 that just jump off the page. I think there could be huge chances, of course. But these 2, oh God, it's been hard. It has been so hard. I've just been hours and hours, days of just deliberating over who can I do, pretty much the whole time I was thinking more of that is the tip gonna be he's a guaranteed 3rd tip. There's no doubt about that. But when Barry Geraghty, it basically broke that Barry Geraghty's pretty much definitely going to ride him. His price started collapsing quite fast. You could get about, I think you get 22s when I first thought of it. Now I think the best you can get is about 14s. I think he's well handicapped. I think he'll stay the trip. There's a couple of things I'm worried about though. His jumping is not the best, and also coming from the back of the pack in the National is a very, very hard thing to do. He has got the talent to do it, and it is a seriously fine margin between him and another horse. But I think, if I would not put anyone off back him. Another 2 that only just didn't miss the cut were the Young Master and Cause of Causes. Wouldn't put anyone off backing them either. The former ran a similar race in the Ultimate Handicap last season before winning at Sandown, and he's almost definitely going to stay. And Neil Mulholland's really, really good at getting horses ready for one particular race in the season, and Cause of Causes, obviously trained by Gordon Elliott, won the cross country, will love the good ground, also almost definitely, he will stay the trip as well. Huge chance as well. But the first one I like, and I almost can't even believe it myself. I've been dead against this horse for so long, and then suddenly I've just been converted. I was just looking at his form recently and I've just been converted. Sapphire Du Roux. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but Paul Nicholls is in excellent form. He's got over 40% stroke rate at the moment. He needs to win this race to have a chance. It will go a long way for him to win the Trinidad Championship because Nicky Henderson is ahead of him at the moment. And he was, I don't know what's happened, but anyway, he was an excellent long distance hurdler back in the day, placed in the World Hurdle. And he's a Grade 1 winning chaser at Aintree. That was probably his best performance over fences, is when he absolutely bolted up in a Grade 1 at Aintree, obviously the same track as the Grand National. Up until his last 3 runs, he just looked to be completely gone at the game. Did not like jumping anymore, didn't like anything. His jumping was sticky, is how I describe it. He didn't jump into the fence as well, and he definitely didn't run away well from didn't come out of the fence as well at all. What has got my eye when I was looking back for his form is his last 3 runs. Started with a massive race at Cheltenham behind Foxtail Hill, who was receiving £20 at the time, over a trip that was probably short of it was over 20 furlongs, which is probably short of the selection's optimum trip these days. So that was a really good run, and his jumping was quite a lot better then as well. Foxtail Hill was going very well in the Close Brothers on the front end before falling. He probably would have gone very, very close at the finish, so that would have looked quite good form at the time now anyway. Next time he was giving a really easy run at Kelso, where he went off short odds and won As You Like, but jumped way better. His jumping was almost like as good as I had ever seen it before. And then last time in the Gold Cup, that is by far the most eye-catching piece of form. I know they went quite slowly. I might be completely wrong here, but And that race could be just not a good Gold Cup at all, which is why he finished so close. But I mean, I don't know. He was posted four or five deep on the outside of the field for the whole race, literally the whole race, start to finish. He was the outside horse, so he's running a lot further than all the others, and it's over 3 miles and a quarter. So hopefully he'll stay. Paul Nicholls is very, very confident that he'll stay. He's £6 well in from that run. He was fifth, and he was staying on at the finish, despite obviously going around the outside the whole time. His jumping was brilliant. It was the best I've seen him jump ever. Probably, well, almost definitely. It was back to like what he was like at Aintree that time when he won. He's better off the weights than more of that. He's going to go be on the front end as well. As long as he can stay out of trouble, hopefully he can run a big race. I can't believe I'm tipping him at 20-1, but you know, that's just how it is now. And apparently someone that tipped Sapphire de Roux, but whatever. Anyway, 20-1 for Paul Nicholls, Sapphire de Roux. And next up is a biggie, a nice big priced one. Goes for last year's winning rider, David Mullins. Stellar Notion for Henry de Bromhead, currently at best price of 66-1. He's 9 years old, which is, I'd say, the optimum age for this. And he has a really, really similar profile to last year's winner of All the World, who also won age 9. They're both coming into the race having run well in handicaps without winning, and over slightly shorter, obviously, but he's been running at 20 furlongs, 24 furlongs, very similar to Rule the World, running well but not winning. He tried to run it out of them at Leopardstown from the front, 2 starts back in a race won by Noble Endeavour. He ran really well for a long way that day, and Noble Endeavour placed third in the Ultimate Handicap next time behind 2 likely very good horses. Single Farm Payment was obviously really, really, really well handicapped for that race. I think in a normal year he probably would have won that. And then he was another eye-catching piece of form that he's got. He was staying on second behind new ultimate stayer Tiger Roll, who somehow won the 4-miler. And when Tiger Roll's on a roll, nice. When Tiger Roll's on a good day, he's very, very good. And he was staying on well, but in second that time. So hopefully he can stay the trip. No one's exactly sure that he will stay the trip, but at 66-1, it's probably worth a bit of a risk. His running style is pretty much identical to Rule the World. They will make all if necessary, but they prefer to be on the front end, tucked in behind something. We know David Mullins is an absolute genius. Basically, well, we don't know for sure, but the only time he's ridden here, he's won, and it was an absolutely unbelievable ride. So if you can do that again on a very similar horse, if he stays, he's definitely not 66-1. And I can see people latching onto this one just because David Mullins, they'll see last year's winner's jockey is riding him. They might think, yeah, that's the reason that, you know, the casual punters will latch onto anything in this race. So I think they'll see David Mullins as the jockey, and he might go off a little bit shorter than 66-1. Hopefully he can just pace it perfectly on the front end, and he scrapes in at the bottom of the handicap as well. Currently number 33, so obviously he's definitely going to get in. So I think he's an all right price as well, 66-1. There's loads of Gigginstown horses that could have been laid out for this as well. Obviously Mouse Morris is a big danger. So yeah, loads of them have chances as well. Obviously, it's just I can't tip everything. 4 is too much for a lot of people anyway. But those are my 2 that fit in this. So my final 4 are I can't even remember. Saint R 50-1. Sapphire de Roux at 20-1, Stellar Notion at 66-1, and The Last Samurai at 16-1, I think it was. But yeah, there they are. The Grand National done.
Great stuff there. A 2-parter. This was the second week, of course, and there's 2 more tips there at 20-1 and 66-1. For my mind.
Also every day at Aintree, I'm going to try and tip every race for every day in the festival. Day 1 will be out later today, so Wednesday. So Thursday's tips will be out later today, and then Friday's Thursday, Saturday, Friday. Get me?
And they'll all be in the Grand National app, which is out now, available to install via the App Store. And please leave a review if you have downloaded it. So thanks very much for watching. One more time, a reminder of the 188 bet offer, which is the Grand National 6 places, which is available from 2 PM on Thursday. There are currently 5 places if you can't wait, and you have to get that 66-1 price on Stellar Notion. But thanks very much for watching. I've been Ross Casey. Don't forget to like our page, subscribe to our page, like this video, comment on our hair and our shirts.
No, do not.
And all the best with your Grand National betting, of course, to download the Grand National app with easyodds.com. I'm Ross Casey. This is Jake Johns.
Bye bye.